So somewhere in this country right now is a former politician who sold out their country and tried to recruit a Prime Minister's relative into the service of a foreign nation, almost certainly China. This is astonishing, it's disgusting, and this issue cannot be left there. While no longer in Parliament, this former politician is very likely to be in receipt of taxpayer-funded parliamentary pensions or other perks, or at least some very generous superannuation. And this person, no doubt, would be invited to functions, public and party functions, lauded for their former political service. Yet we, as taxpayers, are supposed to accept this without this traitor being named.
So I understand the interest. I can understand a view that it's in the public interest, but I don't agree with that. I think the public interest, and the reason why I do my threat assessment speeches, is to raise awareness of what threats to security look like.
That was the ASIO boss on SBS on the weekend, making out his case for keeping this crucial detail secret. But hang on a second, this is our country. This was our politician. We are entitled to know. If Burgess didn't want to expose this person, he shouldn't have put so much detail into the public arena. Instead, he casts a very wide net.
I won't comment on which parliament it was. What I will say is foreign interference against the political system happens at all levels of government, local, state and federal, and applies itself equally across all political parties.
Sure, mate, but there's only one that we're aware of who's gone this far, has been this treacherous. Yet you won't say who it is or advise the government to share that information. All Burgess has done is assure people that the Prime Minister's relative who was targeted was not Malcolm Turnbull's son Alex. Given the time frame involved, the intrigue now falls over all of the family members of Turnbull, of Tony Abbott, Kevin Rudd and Julia Gillard. This is a terrible situation. A terrible cloud has been established, triggering a national guessing game. On 60 Minutes, reporter Nick McKenzie took up the issue I mentioned last week, that regardless of how this episode predated foreign interference laws, why wasn't a prosecution attempted?
I have no doubt they knew what they were doing.
Why haven't they been charged?
So this was a case that happened before espionage and foreign interference legislation was in place.
Well, respectfully, we've had espionage laws on the books since 1914 in Australia. Could we not have used those dated laws to hold this person to account?
Well, this is slightly different than what espionage laws. This is not access to classified information. This is the clandestine, deceptive actions of a nation state and an individual supporting them that puts people in a way they can be recruited, that allows information to be extracted. So, no.
Who decided this? ASIO? Or was it referred to the police or the Director of Public Prosecutions for assessment? We don't know. This is no minor matter. Listen to this exchange when McKenzie asks Burgess whether the former politician was a traitor.
They let down their country, absolutely.
Makes them a traitor?
Oh, don't give me the legal definition of that, but yes.
They sold out Australia.
They sold out Australia.
Wow. But they remain nameless, presumably keeping whatever taxpayer entitlements they enjoy as a former politician. We need national leadership on this. The Albanese Labor government is just dismissing it and refusing to name the former politician. The coalition says the name should be revealed under the legal protection of parliamentary privilege.
I think it is unfair on a lot of former MPs who are patriotic, as 99.9% on both sides are, and if there's one that they've identified who's not, then frankly that person should be outed and shamed.
Of course. We're told a politician sold out their country while in office, but the people they represented are not entitled to know about it? The country who recruited this politician, and we all know it's China, will be very happy that we're too timid to name either the person or the country. The federal government should ensure this person is named. We don't know which party they represent or represented, but I note that the coalition is calling for full transparency, while Labor seems happy for the rest of us to be left in the dark.